If you're new to bait casters or haven't used one in a while, I'm going to give you some tips on how to get started, get confident, and catch fish. Now, what are the components of a bait caster really you need to know about? We got the handle knobs, we got the handle, we got the drag star, we got the spool tension knob, we got the thumb bar, we got the brake side plate, and we got the brake dial. And of course, this is the spool. No matter what braking system your reel has, whether it's a low profile like this one or a round reel, all of these rules still apply. Now, the old school way for setting up the reel for casting would be to push the thumb bar and then adjust the spool tension knob just until you start to see it drop. We'll tighten it up here, we'll release that. We don't see the lure drop, we'll back off the spool tension knob, we see the drop. That's the old school way. We're not going to be doing that anymore. The way we're going to set up the reel for casting is we're going to adjust the spool tension knob just until there's a little bit of side to side play on the spool. So we'll get our thumb on here, wiggle it a little bit, it's not moving, back it off a little bit, and right there, I can feel a little bit of vibration there. I can feel a little bit of movement. That's perfect. All right, so now that we've got our spool tension knob adjusted, the brakes. Obviously, the brakes are very important. For the most part, I would say you don't really need to touch the spool tension knob after you've done this. You may want to do it for some fine tuning, but all in all, I wouldn't really touch it. Now that we've got the spool tension knob adjusted, what I would do, I would have the lure just about 4 inches away from the tip. Let the tip do the work when you're casting. Now, if I was an absolute beginner, I would start with the brakes pretty high. Let's just try this as an experiment. We'll put the brakes up to maximum, do a cast, and see what happens. Now, I like to cast backhanded across my body with my left hand from the right to the left. All right, so here's a cast here. We've got the brakes fully up. We've got them maxed out, full cast. That wasn't too bad. But as you can see, the lure pulled a little bit to the left of where I was aiming. We'll try that again. It actually wasn't too bad, but some reels with really strong brakes, you'll really notice it and it'll hook that lure right around to the left-hand side. All right, we're confident. It's not overrunning or backlashing. We'll back off the brakes because ideally you want to have the brakes as low as possible so that you can control it. So you maximize casting distance, but still have control. So we'll dial down the brakes a little bit, do another cast, and you can see there, that one there, that definitely hooked around to the left-hand side. Do another cast. We'll kind of aim for that tree over there. A little bit to the left-hand side again. We'll drop them down. Go one click. We're getting closer to the sweet spot, I believe. So we'll only adjust it one click at a time now. Burn it in. Do another cast. A little bit better. That was only about 1 meter or so to the left of my target. Give it another click down. Burn it in. We'll cast at the tree. Much straighter. Now that you know the basics of setting up a reel, the next most important thing is learning thumb control. The way I hold all of my bait caster reels, this little thumb joint, I put that on the thumb bar so that I can push it down, but also have the top of the thumb to control the spool. Now, when it comes to thumbing the spool, you'll definitely get used to it. It just takes time. Just got to practice, just got to get out there and do it. But basically, you want to be thumbing the spool very lightly just before the lure hits the water. Now, if you have a crosswind or the wind blowing into your face, you may need to increase the brakes a little bit. That's because the lure is slowing down in the air, but the spool is still spinning fast. Now, one great tip, I probably do it on every cast it out, and then when it's hit the water, I usually let go of my thumb a little bit, pull off a little bit of line, because there might be a little bit of slack line before I engage the spool and retrieve the lure. Once your confidence is up using the bait caster, you'll really enjoy the extra accuracy and distance control. If you found this video helpful or informative, hit the like button. If you've got any more questions, drop a comment down below. And until next time, catch you in the next video.